Hello my lovely friends, you're welcome to my channel. In this particular video guys, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this lovely dress you are seeing here. And I know for you to click, you are definitely interested to see how we go about cutting and sewing. Please do well to stick with me to the end of the video and you will get all you want. This is the measurement I'm using for this, and this is my Ankara fabric. Very nice and lovely, and very nice actually. I love this fabric, is unique and stylish. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to get my shoulder line. I'll get my shoulder line and I'm going to roll a straight line. So this shoulder line, you can use 1 inch, you can use ½ inch. On this particular one, I'm just using the edge, that is the border print, to do the shoulder line. So just trim, like if I'm trimming it out. Okay, so I've divided my shoulder measurement by 2 and added extra 0.5 to it. Okay, so, and that is it. And then I'm going to bring down the same thing down here and also the same thing like this. Okay, so whatever I have as my shoulder measurement, I've divided by 2. So I'm making this particular dress for a customer. It is not my size, as you can see, is on the bigger side. So this one is for my customer. So just pay close attention. You are definitely going to understand it, even without too much explanations. So I'll make sure that what I have is just exactly what I'm applying. So just go with that flow, go with the flow. Then I have 11 inch as my bust point, and I'm also going to apply it 11 inch down. And I'm going to use my ruler to connect it together. If it's your first time in my channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button, okay? And then I have 10.5. That is my bust measurement divided by 4. And I'm applying it on the line of my chest line, and I'm also going to apply it on the bust point, on the bust line. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to get the midway of my initial armhole line, and once I get the midway, or you can go whatever you have there, divide it by 2. So once you do that, all you need to do is come out at that particular point of the midway, move out by 1 inch. As you can see, I'm making use of my French curve to connect this, and I'm making sure that my French curve touches the line of the 1 inch, touches the point of where my bust measurement divided by 4 is, and equally touches the edge, that is the end of the shoulder. Can you see the way it looks? So that is just exactly how to do it. Okay, so don't mind me blowing my hands. It is the chalk is too much. I'm just trying to blow it off. Now I have 3 inch for my neckline. That is the width I'm using. I'm also going to use 3 inch for my depth, because this is a fitted neck. This is a collar neck, is going to be fitted. I don't want it, definitely you don't want it to be loose. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1 inch for my shoulder slant, as you can see. So I have my 1 inch shoulder slant. I hope you are not confused by this. So I have my half cut or half length at 16.5. So that is to get my waistline. Okay, so every measurement I'm taking, I'm trying my best to ensure that you follow in line. Okay, so right now I'm going for my waist line, or my half cut. I'll get my half cut on it. I'll apply the waist measurement. So the next thing I'll do is that I'm going to add additional 1 inch. So this 1 inch I'm adding now is for the joining on both the shoulder and equally from the shoulder and the down. And I'll go ahead and divide my waist measurement by 4 and apply it. So, and then I will connect it. You can see how easy this is. Just follow it step by step. I have 3 inch here. That is what I'm adding as my sewing allowance. If you follow it step by step like this, you will get a very nice at the end of the day you get a very nice well drafted bodice. Okay, so that is all for the bodice for this. I'm not adding any dart on the front. You can go ahead and add that on yours if you want, but on mine I don't want that on the front. The dart is going to be on the back. That is just how I want it, but you can as well add that. I'm adding additional 1/2 inch to this, in other ways to make it 1.5. The reason why I'm doing this is so that in case, because I'm going to be using lining, sometimes I've noticed that after using lining and turning everything you want to turn, it will end up reducing the actual full half cut measurement. So this is in case of incasity. It is better that you have excess that you have to trim it out than for you not to have enough. I hope this particular part is very clear. So I'm moving on to the back. Now I'll just go ahead and place the front one to this back side and make sure that everything is well placed. Then I'll go ahead and get my zip allowance. I have 2 inch for my zip. The reason I'm using 2 inch for this is so that I can have the one I will use to turn the part of the zip side, that is with the lining. So at the end of the day, I will end up sewing 1.5 as my zip. Okay, I hope you understand that, because you know you are going to turn the lining, but it depends on the pattern you're using to sew. So down, the next thing I will do is on my neck. As you can see, I will just roll out a straight line. I don't know why my chalk suddenly started giving me attitude, so I will equally roll it out again like this. Just follow exactly what I'm doing and you are going to come out very nice. So after that, I will go ahead and pin this down so that I can get my back measurement. At the back, I'm just using 1 inch. I'm being very careful about this so that I will not end up cutting the back to be a bit too high or anything, you understand? So I have to rule this straight line to link to my shoulder and to be sure that everything is accurate. So this is my 1 inch and I'm just going to go ahead, use my hand and connect it. Now, using my hand to connect it, you can use your cover to do it, but most times using hand helps. So why? Because the back, you don't want to curve it to just be straight, you know. You see the way mine is looking a bit curvy, so it's best like that to give the back its shape and more balance. Okay, so that is just it. So the next thing I'll do, I'll go ahead and cut this out. So like I said earlier, if it's your first time in my channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to go ahead and add this 1/2 inch by the side. That, remember I told you that I'm adding my dart on the back, so I'll just add it on the side like this and I'll just connect. Okay, so this 1/2 inch, sorry, this is not 1/2 inch, 1 inch, please. Sorry, that is 1 inch. So that 1 inch is what I'm going to be taking out for my dart. So I'm going to be doing this same method for the up and the down. Okay, so I want it that way, but don't forget, like I said, you can go ahead and add your dart as much as you want. So I'm just doing what I want to do. Okay, all right. So after cutting it, you can see how nice it looks. Okay, notching all the parts for the zip. So I'll just go ahead now and fold my fabric again. Remember, what I'm folding here is the back, not the front. This fabric is so lovely that you might think that is the front without knowing it's the back. So I'm going to get the down part. What I'm going to use for this down part is 9 inch. This particular, that is to get my hip line. This particular customer of mine is tall, So I'm not using the regular 8-inch, although some tall people works with 8-inch, but then she's tall and has good dogs and everything. So after taking it accurately, I have 9-inch, and that is what I'm using for this. So my waist divided by 4, I'm applying it. I'm going to apply my hip divided by 4 on the hip line I've gotten. And I'll go ahead and connect it. Now, something else I'm going to do, I'm going to come down 4-inch from my waist to get the lower waist. That is the side around the abdomen, because this person has a kind of how will I call it? That side is big. Is it kind of big? Okay, that is like her kind of shape. So now I need to make sure that the what I've drawn is aligning together. So I've divided there by 4, and to check it, and after checking it, I discovered that it's okay. It means it's going to cover that side perfectly. So I don't want a situation where they will end up being too tight or not. So just take note of that whenever you're making for someone with larger lower stomach. So taking the length of the dress now. So don't forget, when you want to take the length of the dress, remember you already take the measurement of the full length. So you are going to subtract what you have on the upside and then use what you have left to draft the downside. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark this like this. And after I mark it and connect it, I'm going to add my sewing allowance to it. And for my sewing allowance, I'm going to be adding 2-inch. Why I'm adding 2-inch to this, despite the fact I'm using lining to join this, is so that it will accommodate enough room to join it properly, accurately. Okay, and at the end, everything will come out nice. Like I say, you would not want, after joining and everything, your dress comes out too short. Okay, it comes out shorter, even more shorter than the way you want it. So it's better to do your calculations well. This 2-inch is going to serve for 1/2 inch for the joining of the waist, that is joining of the waist to the upper side, and the 1.5 is what I'm going to be using to turn the lining. If you know how to turn lining, you will understand what I mean. So I brought down the hip measurement down, then I'm going to less 2-inch from it. That is to shaping it for a nice pencil shape. Okay, I'm taking out, so as you can see, I already took out my 2-inch from it. So I'm okay with it like this. So the next thing I will do now is I'm going to add my sewing allowance, which is 3-inch. I'm going to add it on all the sides. Sewing is very interesting. All you need to do is pay attention so that you understand all the techniques. So I will go ahead and connect this. You can see how nice it's looking. Okay, you can see how neat and lovely. And most times I love sewing Ankara. Ankara can be very nice to draft on and cut and even to sew. Okay, so if it's your first time, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button at this juncture. I hope you're enjoying this video. So now this is the back. Everything I did on the back is just to add the additional 1-inch on the side, as you can see, for my dart, nothing else. Okay, I just added the 2-inch for the zip and then my dart, just the way you see it looking. That is just what I did, nothing else. Okay, and if you are my returning subscriber, please do, I want you to know that you're deeply appreciated. For those of you returning to view, you are really appreciated. Please don't forget to share these videos. Don't forget to share my videos and check out my other videos if it's your first time. For my sleeve, I'm going to come down 5-inch for my cap height, as you can see me do already. This is going to be a short sleeve, so I'm just going to come down 5-inch for my cap height, and then I'm going to take the initial measurement I have. If you remember, that is 8.75 or something. I'm going to take it, I'm going to use it and Now apply, as you can see, then I'll connect it to the edge. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing now is I'm getting the midway. The midway, I'm going to first of all take the measurement of this. As you can see, it's not the same. This one is now longer than the other one. So what I have here is what I'm going to use to get the midway. Okay, so I don't want you to be confused. And now once I get the midway, I'm going to move out, get the midway again. Okay, another midway for this particular side, and mark it again. It's very useful like this, so that you can help you get an accurate sleeve, a fitted and balanced sleeve. So just go ahead and follow it step by step like this, and I promise you, you will come out with something really nice. So I'm going to move up by 1/2 inch for the cap height, that is to curve it. And for that, the downside, I went down by 0.2. That is because I lost my clip on that. I don't even know that. In fact, it just happened. That part was not really recording. So I don't know if I'll say I lost it. That part was not recording, like it stopped recording at that point. So I just noticed it. So, but go ahead and just on the point you have marked, just come out 0.2 for the down part, then on the up part 0.5. Okay, I believe that is cleared. Okay, so I'm going to come down by 8 inch, which is the normal measurement for this sleeve, 8 inch, and I'm going to roll a straight line. On the line of the 8 inch is where I'm going to apply my bicep. That is my Christian mother arm, that thick side of the hand. That is what they call the bicep. So I'm going to be applying it there. That is divided by 2 and apply. And I'll go ahead and connect it. So I'm going to be adding an extra 3 inch. Extra 3 inch is what I'm going to be adding for this particular one, because I'm going to be adding extra 2 inch. Okay, because apart from adding this particular 2 inch, I also want, after joining it, so that the sleeve will not just end at 8 inch, it might have some little 0.5 to it. So I added extra 1.5 for my joining allowance. Okay, so that is it. I will still retake the measurement of the bicep again, and then I'll go ahead and connect it. So guys, I hope you understand this. Okay, so the next thing I'll do now is to cut it. Our sleeve is ready. So with this method, you can cut any sleeve, both short sleeve and long sleeve, you can cut it. Okay, and into the sewing part, I've already turned all my fabrics with the lining, as you can see already, and I'm just going to go ahead and couple it together. So guys, I'm through with the coupling. For those of you, I hope this is not confusing to you at all. I'm through with the coupling. I've done this many times on my videos. You can do well to check out some of my videos under the description box, and you will see how to couple things like this. Okay, so right now I'm going straight to fix the collar, which might be a bit difficult for some of you. That is it. So I'm just taking the circumference of my neck after I finished doing everything I wanted to do. So I'm taking the circumference of my neck like this. So once I get the total circumference of my neck, which will be, okay, this is 20.2, but I'm going to make it 20 inch. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to use it and draft my collar. I'm also going to place it in this format so that I will get what the front side and the back side look like. So I'll pin it down and I'll place it lying flat like this. So the next thing I'll do now is I'm going to use my tape rule. I will exempt this part that's a bit excess. I will use my tape rule and take this. I'm starting from now. Be mindful of the spacing. Don't take from exact end, because you are going to be taking that side out while joining. That becomes your joining. So I will do the same on the back side. Remember, I got 20-inch total. Now I have, for this particular one now, I have 5. So basically I have 5 for the front and 5 for the back, so it's the same 20 inches. Okay, so guys, I've drafted my collar and you can see how lovely it is. I've drafted and sewed it, and I'm sorry you did not see the tutorial on this because I'm going to be releasing it in my next video. So please do well to stick with me to see exactly how to go about drafting this lovely collar. Okay, you will see exactly how to draft it, and you will see so this is how to fix it. So in that video you are going to see how to draft it, how to sew it to come out this nice. Okay, so what we are doing here is just direct sewing right now. So I'll go ahead and pin it down already the way you can see. Okay, so after pinning it down, I'll just go ahead and sew on 1/2 inch, and then after that I'll fold it in like this, the way you see, and then I'm going to top stitch on this. Make sure that what you are sewing will be very neat. Make sure your top stitching will be very neat. Okay, and make sure to use the same color of the thread. So guys, at this juncture, if you have been enjoying this video already, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell. And you can even go on to share this video to your friends and share to someone that has been looking for something like this. I would deeply appreciate. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my sleeve with this the white fabric also. So in that will bring this particular sewing to an end. You can see how nice everything looks, very nice and presentable. And I'll fix my white zip. Please, if you have enjoyed this video tutorial so far, please, I need your thumbs up. Please don't forget to comment. Please don't forget to like, to share, and equally to subscribe. Subscribing is very important to me. Please, I want you to keep seeing my other updates, and do well to check out my other videos. You don't want to miss them out. They are very lovely. They are very interesting. So the way you see me holding this collar, that is how I'm going to be fixing the zip. Okay, I'm going to be fixing it from this band, the collar band. Okay, that's just this band side like this. Yes, so that when I zip it up, that side will close. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.